Hi, I'm Dylan Davis.
And this is a cottonmouth, also known as a water moccasin. This is a highly venomous pit viper species you can find here in Louisiana. One bite from this snake can land you in a hospital and can cause lots of pain and swelling and also even necrosis, possibly.
But what if I told you that there is a snake that can not only eat this snake, but also get bitten by this snake and be completely fine?
If there is a snake that even one who isn't much of a fan of snakes would like, it would be the speckled king snake. Not just because it is one of the most attractive snakes to be found in Louisiana, but also because it is ophiophagous, meaning it predominantly feeds on other snakes, including venomous snakes. Even those who kill snakes on their property will leave king snakes around because they know that they'll eat any venomous snakes around. One of the first snakes that I ever got to catch was a king snake, and I believe it is a great candidate to feature on the channel. I set out to one of my king snake hotspots, the North Lake Nature Center. I've seen more kings here than anywhere else I've gone.
Oh, what is that? Is that a cottonmouth? No, I think it's a water snake. Yeah, I think we got a broad-banded water snake right here. Yeah, it's a broad-banded. Hey, buddy. Just let me pick you up. All right, we've got ourselves a broad-banded water snake. One of the more common snakes we get out here. I'm not sure why this one is being so chill with me. It was just sitting here in the shade. I think she's about to give me a nip here in a bit, though. Hey. Looks like it's got a tick on her. Or a couple. Oh! Yeah, I told you, but she's about to give me a nip. That was nearly a bite to the face. Naughty, naughty. Now we're looking for a snake that's gonna eat this snake. But that's a good sized broad-banded though. That's a pretty good sized broad-banded. And now she's trying to get away. I've featured this snake on my channel before. They're not large water snakes. This is a pretty good sized one right here. They're not going to get much bigger than this. They typically max out at 4 feet. And that's going to be a very big one. They feed on fish and frogs. They like to live in swamps like this. You can't really see why the snake gets its name too well because she's a bit faded in patterning. She's a bit dry, but they get the name broad-banded water snake because of the very narrow bands that they've got running down their body. All right, sweetheart, I'm gonna leave you back to it. You're not the snake I'm looking for. Put her right back where she was. We got a black racer sitting here, right here in the undergrowth. All right, that's the third racer I haven't seen today. Okay, I didn't jump at the poison ivy, great. All right, so we got ourselves another black racer. This is a southern black racer. This is a snake that would be prey for the speckled king snake. If it managed to catch it, that is. I actually, long time ago, I was out here and found a massive speckled king snake, biggest one I've ever seen, about 5 foot long, and it was actually on the tail of a racer. It was right behind a racer. It was hunting a racer. Yeah, this isn't a very big one. It was just sitting coiled over there. These guys are very common out here. Probably see them more than any other snake. He ain't being too bad. He's a little bitey, but Racers tend to be a lot more temperamental than this. All right, let me watch them race off. Oh, he's not going that fast. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Racer. There is a racer. That's a pretty good sized racer. Look at that. He's in shed too. That's a pretty good sized black racer. All right, now I gotta call you back. I got a snake.
Oh Lord, is it a poisonous snake?
No.
Okay, good.
Call
me back.
All right, let me call you back.
All right.
That's a pretty good size southern black racer right there. Woo! He is not happy, and he is much more. This is a much better interpretation of how these snakes behave. That first one that I caught was a bit placid and not striking a whole lot. This is more so how racers will behave once you get a hold of them. Ah, there he goes. There he goes. That was a pretty good size one though. Man, you bit me all up too. All right, that was brief but dramatic. That was brief but dramatic. I would think there'd be a snake around here, like a cottonmouth or a water snake sitting or something. Oh, I think there is. Yep, there is. There is a broad-banded water snake on the other side over there, kind of stretched out. I doubt I can get to him before he spooks into the water. You can try. We can certainly give it a go. And see if you don't fall in. This looks like a pretty sturdy tree. Oh, yeah, he definitely sees me. He definitely sees me. I might just go ahead and cross anyway. If I can catch this snake, that'd be a miracle. There's also a 5-line skink on this log that I'm on. See if he'll let me get close enough where I can maybe grab him with the tongs. Oh shit. Okay, that tree just fell off of there and spooked the snake into the water. Oh well. Hello, skink. Better move, I'm coming through. Oh, cottonmouth. There's a baby cottonmouth sitting here. Check this little dude out. See if I can get an in situ picture of him. See if he lets me get close enough to get an in situ picture. What did I say? Uh-oh. Okay. We got a little cottonmouth sitting here. Well, I don't think there's any reason for me to mess with him. I got a picture of him. He's too small for me to handle, but that is a cottonmouth. And a king snake would eat that too. King snakes will definitely eat venomous snakes like cottonmouths and copperheads. And believe this, a king snake can take a bite from this snake here and be completely fine. Whereas if I were to take a bite from this snake here, I would have to go to the hospital. King snake takes a bite from this snake completely fine. And even a snake of this size is capable of putting you in the hospital. A lot of people will say I'm in a very uncomfortable position, just kind of kneeling on this log here, just kind of position myself a little bit better. A lot of people will say that these smaller venomous snakes are more dangerous than the adults, and that's not true. The smaller venomous snakes are actually less dangerous because, think about it like this, a smaller snake is going to have smaller venom glands than an adult snake, so it's going to have less of that venom. When people just say that they'll just unload their whole venom yield, and that's not true. I was actually bitten by a cottonmouth of this size in this finger, I believe, one fang in this finger, and got very, very mild symptoms. It was basically just microdosed me. Symptoms wore off within about 30 to 45 minutes. Shoot, mosquitoes. So no, they do have full control over their venom. They don't just unload their whole venom yield. And then even if they did do that, even if they did, the total venom yield that this snake would possess would be about the average venom that you would get from an average size venomous snake. So it wouldn't be no more worse than getting bit by an average size cottonmouth. So that's just one of those fallacies about small venomous snakes. But isn't he a little beaut? And you can see, if you look on the end of his tail there, if you look right on the end of his tail, you can kind of see there's a little bit of yellow. These on baby cottonmouths and copperheads, they have a sulfur yellow tip, and they use that little yellow tail is what they call caudal luring, which is when they use that tail like a fisherman with a lure. They'll wiggle that little tail. They'll sit like leaflet or something like that. They'll sit in an ambush, and they'll use that little tail to draw in like a frog or a rodent, and it'll bait them in and get them. Now, the type of venom that a cottonmouth is going to possess was either going to be a hemotoxic or a cytotoxic venom. There's both toxicity of venoms have been seen in cottonmouths, where you get hemotoxic bites, was when you just cause lots of swelling. It keeps your blood from clotting, turns it into jello, lots of pain and swelling. On the other hand, you get a cytotoxic bite, then that causes lots of necrosis, lots of tissue damage. But I believe the type of venom you get is all to do with locale, onto what area you find a cottonmouth in. Alright, I'm gonna see if I could just step over this guy without spooking him. There's no need for me to really handle him. Alright, let me see. I'm just gonna step over you here, buddy. Don't wanna bother you too much. There we go. Just step right over him. No need to spook him off. Alright. Get back to looking for king snakes. Didn't I say that this area looked like a good spot for both water snakes and cottonmouths? And hopefully a king snake. Oh, it's a big old garter snake. Look at that. That is a big old garter snake, and he is gnawing on me. Look at that. Oh, I'm gonna be feeling that later. And I got a blackberry bush. My hat nearly came off. That is a big old garter snake. Okay, let me get my hat situated here. Had to dive through the thorns for him. All right, so yeah, that is an eastern garter snake. So a lot of people will mistakenly call these garden snakes when it's actually garter, G-A-R-T-E-R, garter snake. And this is a pretty good size one. They'll grow to get up to 3 feet long. I've caught 2 of that size. They've been recorded a bit bigger than that, but they won't commonly get that big. This is a really good size one right here. He's maybe about 2 feet long. Probably a really good size female. And these are very adaptable snakes. They don't really have a particular habitat preference. They can be found in many different habitats. Woodland, swamp, they don't really care. They're gonna be feeding on things like, they normally will hang around the water and be feeding on semi-aquatic prey like frogs and fish, but they'll also take lizards, ones that live a little farther away from the water, because we're a bit farther from the water right now. So this one's probably going to be eating little lizards like greener nose, maybe some 5-line skinks. As for classic garter snakes, they'll have these stripes going down their back here. Out here in Mandeville, in this particular locale, we'll get orange striped garter snakes. But here at the North Lake Nature Center, we're right in the middle of where I will find orange striped garters. And out here, you won't get orange striped garters. You'll get these regular looking garter snakes with the typical yellow or white stripe that goes down the back. And I don't know why. It's something I've been wanting to study. I've been wanting to study for a while. Like when you go that way to the lakefront, you'll get orange striped garters, and if you go this way to Fontainebleau State Park, you'll also get orange striped garters. But right here in the middle at North Lake Nature Center, you won't get them with the orange stripe. I'm not quite sure why that is. You'll just get them pretty basic looking. Now, a lot of people don't know this about garter snakes. The garter snakes are actually mildly venomous. They are rear-fanged. They don't have a true venom apparatus like a cottonmouth or copperhead. They don't have venom glands, but they actually have a toxin in their saliva that contains a very mild neurotoxin that causes paralysis. And he gave me a pretty good nip. There's actually a tooth stuck in my hand right there. Gave me a pretty good nip, so I'm probably gonna be feeling that later. In people, a garter snake bite will typically result in slightly more bleeding than a regular snake bite, burning, and just some discomfort in the bite area for about the rest of the day. Most people who catch snakes, they try to avoid getting bitten by garter snakes. I don't really care that much. But yeah, these snakes are actually rear-fanged. In garter snake species west of here, on the west coast of the US, they can actually extract the toxins from poisonous frogs and use them as their own toxin in their saliva. Isn't that something? But yep, that's a pretty good looking garter snake. On my way out of here. Go ahead, snap a picture of him, and be on my way.